Hola, bienvenido. Welcome to my podcast, Your Thriving Lifestyle. My name is Emilio Garcia, and for a very long time, I wanted to start a podcast. The thing is that I wanted to make it so perfect that I never got started. So now I have decided to compile some of my best content and just put it available to every person on the planet. So my mission in life is to make intentional living simple, fun, and available to every person on the planet. And having a podcast is going to help me just do that. Because you are there listening in your favorite platform, at your convenience, at your own pace. You can pause anytime you want, you can play anytime you want, and that's priceless. And that's why I wanted to create this podcast. Who am I to speak about intentional living? Well, in 2012, I started my own business with my wife Samantha. The business is called KW Professional Organizers. I am originally from Barcelona, Spain, but in 2008 I traveled the world for almost 4 years. I started in India and then almost a year there, just walking around the country. And then from there I just went to Nepal, to Sri Lanka, to Thailand. I worked all my way down to Australia and then New Zealand. I was living in New Zealand for almost 3 years, and that's where I met my wife Samantha. She's from Canada. So we met there, and then we came back to Canada together, and I told her, Samantha, I really want to start something, and she also wanted to start something, because our goal was to have full control of our lives, full control of our creativity and our time. So we wanted to create something that allowed us to be ourselves. And we were both finding that working for someone else wasn't just cutting it for us. We needed something else. So in 2012, we put all of our skills together and we started to help people. And we started to help them declutter and organize their physical homes. That was our starting point. But after doing that for a few years, we started to recognize that there was a huge mental health aspect. There was a huge emotional aspect connected to the physical things. And that's when we started getting trained in mental health, discovering more about hoarding tendencies and all the psychology behind organizing physical things. We also expanded into what comes after you have organized your home physically, because there are so many more layers that people need to attack. Some of those are meal planning, time management, self-care, finances, a lot of different areas that they need to keep moving along. And that's why we started to create content around those topics that people were interested in. Because what they wanted was to create a more intentional life. They wanted to embrace organization, minimalism, and self-care in their lives. So you may be asking, what is minimalism and what is self-care? And how do you organize your life in different areas? And that's what this podcast is all about. I want to share with you everything that I am doing, because honestly, I am doing a lot. I just went through my files and I have over 60 episodes already recorded in my computer. And these episodes are coming from mostly live sessions that I am doing on Insight Timer. Insight Timer is a platform where I am present and I do live sessions weekly, twice a week right now. So every week I produce 2 beautiful pieces of content around topics that are so interesting related to intentional living. Sometimes it's time management, sometimes it's parenting, sometimes it's imago dialogue and intentional dialogue, sometimes it's about paper management, and you will see all the topics that I have uploaded for you. But this is the intro. This is the intro episode where I get to explain why I am doing this. So my wife and I, we started physically helping people, and then from there, Samantha started to sign us up to do wellness programming, to do speaking for companies and groups. And the first time I remember that Samantha came home, and that was maybe 2 years after I moved to Canada, so my English was a little bit not perfect. I had a huge accent and I was very self-concerned. But then she said, Emilio, I have signed you up to give a speech about paper management, I think it was, or digital organization, in front of a bunch of people. And I said, you did what? me speaking in front of people, what am I gonna be doing there? So that was the beginning. That was how we got started sharing about our experience of working with a lot of people in their homes. So I did that talk, and it wasn't as bad as I expected. And then from there, we started to sign up more talks. People came to see us, they liked it, and then they started to invite us to other places, and then companies started to hiring us, and now we have done over 150 live events and talks for companies about wellness programming. So some of the things that you are going to find here are maybe recordings from those too, if I am allowed to share them, because I know that they are very valuable. And then we also have, after doing the talks for a couple of years, we started to get people asking, hey, are you going to come to my area? Is there anything that you guys are offering here? And then we couldn't go everywhere. So we started to explore the idea of creating online courses. And that's what we did. We started creating online courses. The first one was recorded in our basement. We were struggling with technology, what kind of microphone to use, what kind of camera to use. The sound was horrible, but we still published it in different platforms, in Udemy, Skillshare, in our own academy. And people started to consume the content. And regardless of the technical problems that we were facing at that time, people enjoyed the content itself, because that's the most important thing. Content that allows you to get inspired, allows you to take action, allows you to practically implement the changes in your day-to-day life. That's the secret for making progress. It's just very tiny changes every single day into the direction, towards the direction that you are deciding. And that happens for physical clutter, that happens for meal planning, for time management, for finances, for clear communication with loved ones, with your calendar and social activities. This formula applies to every area of your life. And the formula is becoming aware first, and becoming aligned with what you really want and why you want those things. And then once you are able to clearly communicate and visualize what you would like to see, at least the direction, you don't need to know the how to, just the direction that you want to head towards, that's when you then take action. You find different ways of acting so that you will get different results. And there is going to be a lot of resistance, a lot of challenges, a lot of emotional stuff is going to come up, and that's normal, that's beautiful, and that's a part of the journey. And then after that, you have to maintain. So once you have created a system, once you have tested that system and it works for you and you feel well and frustrations are lower, that's when you get to maintain those changes by constantly reassessing your situation. And once you do this cycle in different areas, like I do this with people, sometimes we get started with meal planning, or sometimes we get started with a physical space in their home, or sometimes we get started with paper because that's driving them crazy and they have to file taxes. Some other people are starting with time management because they are really bad at finding the time to do things they love. So the entry point is going to be different for each of you. And that's why the content that I share in this podcast is going to be very holistic, if I can say that, because I shine the light on different areas, because I'm hoping that you will click with one of them. And when you click with one of them, you are going to notice like, wow, I feel inspired to try that. That sounds like a good idea, and I kind of feel good about trying that. And that's when you are going to get started with intention. That's when you are going to gain clarity about, I can get started there and then start moving forward. And let go of perfection, okay? Perfection, let it go. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to start moving forward. That's all, okay? Imperfect action beats perfection all day long, okay? So the content shared here is going to be live recordings from Inside Timer live sessions, okay? It's going to be content that I just feel inspired to record. Sometimes I go for walks into the forest and I feel inspired to share about a topic, and maybe I make a 5 to 10 minute audio about a specific topic. I will share those here too. Maybe you will find live events that we have done and we are allowed to share them. I will put them in here too. So I just don't want this podcast to be perfect, or to have an intro, outro, and be I don't need any of that, because if I am expecting that, I will never do it. So I have decided to just upload what I have, share it with the world, and hopefully you find value, as thousands of people have found value already in this content. So I hope that you get inspired. I hope that you make this podcast a part of your life and listen to the episode as you like and as you need. And I hope that you send me some feedback. If you have ideas for future episodes, topics you want me to cover, stuff like that, just reach out. Go to my website, kwprofessionalorganizers.com, okay, and just leave a message there or send us an email, or find me on social media, KW Professional Organizers. You type that on Google, you will find me everywhere, okay? If not, just type my name, Emilio Jose Garcia, and you will find everything that you need, how to reach me and what I offer. If you are interested in video courses too, we have an academy with video courses. If that's your cup of tea, if you enjoy more video than just audio, I try to create a combination of content pieces, content styles, to suit different styles of learning. Some people enjoy learning on the go through audio. They can pause, they can listen when they want, and they don't have to watch a screen. Some other people enjoy having a video. So I have video courses that you can find on my website too. Some people enjoy reading. So I do have a book that I brought with my wife called A Recipe for an Extraordinary Life. That book shares the lifestyle design method that we have been using since 2011. Okay, so that's a great introduction book that introduces the concept of minimalism, self-care, organization, and how everything ties together. And it's also like our story. So it's a very short book, very sweet, and it's available on pretty much everywhere, on Amazon, Kindle, and ebook. And then we still have some copies, hardcover copies too, if you want a hardcover. So that's another starting point. So video courses, audio content, and then you can also read our blog on KW Professional Organizers. We write a blog too. And yeah, those are the three main pieces of content that you can find from me and from us. When I say us, it's always my wife, Samantha Christopherson, and myself, because this business was created by both of us, and the experiences that we have are from both of us, because we work together as a team when we go to people's homes locally here. That's how we work. After doing this work for so many years, working in a team of two, we can make a way bigger impact than working alone, unless we are working on habits, routines, and we are doing that online. That's fine then with one person. But when we go to someone's home and we are trying to make a physical impact in a specific space, we always work in a team of two. So that's why all the experience comes from those real sessions with real people, from all the feedback that we receive from people who came to our talks, and from all the reviews that we got from our, right now I think it's 17,000 students in over 140 countries that have taken our courses and my courses. Okay, I want to share that back in 2000, like a year and a half ago, Samantha, my wife, and I, we were needing a little bit of space. Our romantic relationship was being affected by the pressures of life, right? We had a daughter, we were together, we had to make so many decisions. And something that we started noticing, that Samantha told me a few years ago, was that our business was getting on the way of our relationship. And this is an example of how everything is connected in life. So I needed to start something by myself. And that's when I started Insight Timer. And that's when I started creating my own courses. And I still do work with my wife, but I needed to create my own space, my own work that was separated from her, because I was feeling that there was a lot of dependence. I always needed her to validate what I was going to do, and that was unhealthy. So that's a dynamic that we identify, and then I have been working through. And the result of that transformation, that beautiful evolution, if you want to call it that way, is me being able to show up in different ways. Me being able to show up as an independent individual with confidence, so passionate about what I do, so motivated, and so willing to give you as much as I can to help you make your life better. So I just wanted to share that, because that's something that happened during COVID, and that's something that happened between the both of us. And we are always very clear and transparent about our personal life and how we do things and how our mental health is affected by life in general too. So I just wanted to share that so that you are aware of why are you, Emilio, doing this alone? Why are you having courses alone if you were doing them with your wife before? And that's the reason, because there was a lot of pressure, a lot of, we were killing each other's creativity in a way. So now Samantha and I, every Wednesday, we do sessions with clients in their homes. That's our day to work with people locally here. We still do talks together when companies hire us, because we find that showing up as a couple, male-female energy, is way more powerful than just showing up as a single person. But then I have my own gig, I create my own courses, I have my Inside Timer lives, and I do my own thing, and Samantha is doing her own thing, and it's just beautiful to see how we both are evolving individually and also together, and how we are supporting each other in deeper ways. So that's something that has happened during COVID and prior to a little bit before. And it's just a beautiful transformation that that needed to happen. It was necessary. Okay, so this is the intro episode that I wanted to record you. This has been taken in one take. I haven't edited anything. It's just how it came out. I didn't have anything scripted, anything planned. It just came the way it came, and that's beautiful, and that's what I'm going to share. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please write a review if you like it, comment what you feel, what you think about it, topics that you are interested in, and if you want to reach out about something, just go to my website, our website, kwprofessionalorganizers.com. Okay, and then you will find there our courses, our book, our blog, and anything that we are up to. And then you can join the mailing list, where you will get emails about the live sessions that I am doing if you want to join some. I also offer a support call, sometimes weekly, sometimes bi-weekly, and that support call is just by donation, so you don't have to pay anything, it's optional. But I actually go on a Zoom live with whoever shows up. It is not recorded. And then we just go into whatever challenges you are experiencing. And it's like it's a very powerful call where people get to share wins, celebrations, challenges, specific questions that they have from the course that they are taking. Or sometimes it's just people that follow me on social media and say, I just like that content, or I just like what you did there, or I am going through the decluttering of my kitchen and I'm stuck here. What can I do? So those support calls are really a way for me to connect with my audience live, and I love it so much that I am planning on keep doing them every now and then. So if you want to receive updates about all of that, make sure that you join the mailing list that you can find on kwprofessionalorganizers.com. Okay, and where is the name coming from? Some people ask me. KW stands for Kitchener-Waterloo. That's the city that we live. It's Kitchener and Waterloo. Those are two cities that are connected. So that's why we thought, why don't we call us KW and then professional organizers? And that way we will show up on Google when people look for professional organizers in this area. So that's where the name came from. And we tried to rebrand a few times and it didn't work out, and I just like that name. It's a bit long, but it's what it is. So kwprofessionalorganizers.com, get started there, join the mailing list, check our courses, and then enjoy the podcast, okay? I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next episodes. Adios.